Hey guys, you're here with the Kick Dogs from Pick Dawgz, Chris and Goran. Thank you for joining us once again. And you're here for your free pick. It is Belgium versus Canada game of Group F in the World Cup. Chris, you are Canadian. I just live in Canada for now. What do we think about this one?
You know, the optimism is high for Canada because it was always so they would come so close. They would get to the hex. They would get to that final stage of CONCACAF group qualifying. And this year, under John Herdman, it finally came to fruition that Canada finally broke through, made the World Cup for the first time since '86. And now you get a tough group, with Belgium, Croatia, and Morocco. I mean, it, it is what it is. I mean, this is a tall task for a Canada team with no experience to really rise to the occasion. But I think there's actually going to be some optimism here for Canada because it's almost like they're playing, with nothing to lose, and sometimes that's the most dangerous opponent to play is a team that's basically, got no pressure on them. The expectation for Canada is only really within the team. They're expecting that they do well. A lot of folks I talk to, within the circle I'm in, say Canada. I think they'll be lucky to sort of get a win, or they'll be lucky to make it out of the group stage. But I think all the pressure here is on Belgium to execute and execute early and often, and they didn't coming into the tournament. You and I were talking before we started recording this video. Losses to Egypt and the Netherlands in the last couple of games. Maybe they were looking ahead to the tournament, but I think there's some issues that are at play here, and there's always a couple of in every major tournament. In the first round or even two rounds, there are always a couple of results that leave people scratching their heads, and there's always one heavy favorite going into a group that falls flat, comes out flat, and ends up missing the group stage. And I'm not trying to sound like a homer or biased here. I think that could be Belgium because one flat performance, and all of a sudden, this is a team that is on the bubble, and I think Canada could deliver that. I'm not taking Canada to win outright. I'm going to take Canada on the double chance to get a draw or a potential win. I think if Canada is going to win this game, they're going to steal it 1-0. Belgium's just going to have a game where they can't sort of they break through, They have dominant possession, but nothing sticks. Canada catches them on a counter and finds a way to score, or even a 0-0 if Canada just parks the bus and tries to hold firm. But I realize it's a tall task, but I think that's just where I'm going to go in this one. Canada on the double chance.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, Chris. Canada has a lot of reason to be optimistic here. Uh, when the groups came out, Belgium, of course, emerged as the biggest favorite of this group. They're going to win it, but it's not going to be as easy as they thought. You have Hazard, the guy that played two games over the last 2 years. He's coming into the World Cup with probably like 10, 15 pounds extra. Lukaku is out for at least the first two games for Belgium because of the injury. Their defense is sloppy. They are not as effective offensively as they used to be. So pretty much the hard task will fall on to Kevin De Bruyne to lead this team once again. And we'll see if he will be able to do it alone pretty much. Yes, Belgium has a lot of young players that are still coming and they still need a bit of time to get experience and whatnot. But Canada on the other side went through the entire qualification cycle led by Jonathan David and what's his name? And Alfonso Davies, two young guys, 22-year-olds, who are playing outstanding football for the clubs. And then you have the invincible Atiba Hutchison, who's been around for Canada for years, and he's been playing for the same club his entire career, pretty much, for Besiktas. And when you look at the Canadian roster, they have some fantastic players playing in Europe and the MLS as well. They have a pretty solid goalkeeper, the 35-year-old Milan Borjan, who's been saving them in those qualifications as well. You know what? I think this might be the surprise game that you mentioned, definitely, because Belgium is not where they want to be. They're not ready for this World Cup. But of course, they are the type of team that you can never count out. So I see goals in this one. I think that Canada will have a hard time keeping a clean sheet here, but I think they can definitely get on the scoreboard, and I think that they're capable of getting the positive result out of this game. So I will go with both teams to score an over 2.5. I think this is going to be a fairly open game. Plus 138 on that pick. I'll take it.
Yeah, and I think getting Davies back for the tournament when there was a scare that he actually might miss the tournament was a big lift and a big sigh of relief for not only fans of Canada but just the team in general. Because, like you said, this is a guy that is one of the heartbeats of this Canadian team, and Go back to that. I think it was against Costa Rica where he chased someone down from 80 yards away,
Yeah.
saved the ball on the sideline, came back in, broke inside, and scored. And that's one of those iconic moments where you see, oh my God, this guy is really good, and he is going to be the future of this team, and he's going to be one of the reasons why Canada could potentially have a couple more appearances on the big stage as long as he's playing. But that's why I'm sticking with Canada. I'm sticking with them on the double chance. I think we have our first potential real shocker of the tournament pending the results prior to this game on Wednesday.
Yeah, I would be lying if I said that I expect Belgium to win and that I would be cheering for Belgium, but I will be not cheering for Belgium. Want to make that clear, Chris, okay? If Croatia gets a win and then Canada gets a win, I'm the happiest man there is. So there we go. That's it, guys. These were your free picks in this Belgium versus Canada matchup of Group F in the World Cup on Wednesday. Should be a very fun game to watch. For our best bets, go to Pick Dawgz website premium section and check it out. And of course, for more free picks, go to Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe, and we'll see you soon with more free winners.